there's an And good afternoon, good early evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the Rant Radio Network. You are tuned in to the newest radio show here in Los Angeles, in the heart of Hollywood. This is your co-host, Pimo. I'm alongside Rasha.
That's right. Hope everybody's doing well on this Thursday. If it is Thursday already.
I know, crazy, right?
Can you believe that?
Where does time fly?
I have no idea. But we are flying into TinselTown Talkies, and we're so excited to bring you our new show where, let me tell you guys, it is all entertainment. Everything entertainment.
Which is kind of ironic because I'm not much of an entertainer, so I don't know how well that's going to run.
We're going to have to work through that then.
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that in advance. And if I start putting people to sleep, I apologize.
Well, we have a special guest today, right?
Yes, we do. We have
Tell us about her.
Tamina Sunny, who's actually a dear friend of mine. She's a up-and-coming actress. She's actually from England. And from what I understand, not only is she an actress, she actually shares a skill with you.
That's right, but I'm not going to reveal that yet. So when we talk to her, all of you guys will find out what both of us have in common. And for people who don't know, you may remember her from the film Argo.
Yes, she was. I'll actually drop the scene. It was funny when I saw her at the Indian Film Festival earlier this year. Every time I introduced her to somebody, I kept referring to this movie scene. So if you watched Argo, there's a scene where Ben Affleck is at the airport in Iran.
I remember that scene.
And so Ben Affleck is trying to get his tickets. And there's a counter lady there who's trying to look up the tickets, and she finds nothing. Well, that actress happens to be our guest tonight. Her name is Tamina Sunny. When you hear her, she's got a very sexy British accent. I mean, she just sounds
That's always
wow.
nice.
Yeah, so
I'm so looking forward to talking to her. You know, I have to say though, I'm always curious on what you have to do to audition for that kind of a part. Like, you go in there and say, "Here, how do you hand over a ticket? Like, how do you audition for something
and
like
see,
that?"
that's a question we should ask her.
That's right. I'm gonna keep that in the back of my pocket.
And did she have to audition in front of Ben Affleck?
I doubt that. Come on now.
You
I
never
doubt
know.
that, Pimo. But you know, another topic that's been so hot this week, which I'm sure if you haven't heard about it, then you're definitely out of the loop. Miss America.
Where do we start with that?
I don't even know.
Well, I mean, there's two different ways I guess you could look at it. One way you could look at it is, you know, there's all this talk of public shaming and like, all right, there are people who said whatever they said, whatever it may be. And then the response to that would be to be like, hey, you can't do that. But then again, are those people really paying attention to what we have to say?
I don't know, but you know, I was going to ask you, what did you think about all the comments? I mean, there were some really negative comments on Twitter. Stuff calling her out to be a terrorist and to be affiliated with groups and saying she's not American.
Yeah, you know, there's unfortunately there are a group of people out there who just don't know any better. They have a certain image of what they believe America is, and whatever's different is different, and
Right.
they can't accept that, you know. And you know, we don't realize that. Hey, you know, even the Native Americans were immigrants. You know,
Absolutely.
you know, you go back to thousands of years back. No one's really a native to this continent.
Well, no, and what makes her American? I mean, quite frankly, Nina was born in she was born in
New
the
York.
States.
Yeah,
she was
born in New York,
raised in New York. She's been here all her life. So I really don't know what doesn't qualify her to be American.
What made me the thing that kind of I pointed out was here's the irony of it all. There was a comment that somebody actually a pundit I believe at Fox News that said that Miss Kansas should have won because she represented American ideals. And here's what my question is had let's say Miss Kansas had won. And then Miss New York comes in second, and then Miss California, who's Asian American, came in third.
Yes, Crystal Lee.
If that had happened, would the response would have then been, "Oh, look how great America is! Look how far we've come along."
I think you pose a great question.
You know, and that's the intriguing thing I'm asking. It's like, all right, you still could have had those three same people involved. It's changed the order of where they ranked, and the whole response is different.
But I almost think, Pimo, that it is. The question now is, how far has America come along? Because think about it, 10 years from now, I mean, I couldn't compete in the Miss America pageant and really think I have a chance. Yeah,
Why weren't you in the Miss America pageant?
Well, Pimo. But I think Nina placing and Crystal Lee being the first run-up really has set a whole new level for people. I mean, it shows the everyday woman who lives in America, no matter what race you are, that, hey, I have a chance. I don't have to be a Caucasian woman just to win, or just to have these attributes.
Well, not only that, here's the other side of that is, no matter what, whenever you have someone who's successful, there's always going to be detractors. It's just the way it is.
Right.
You're never going to get 100% of people saying, "Hey, great job, congratulations." Someone's going to have to throw in some sort of comment that has what they hope to have some sort of weight. It's just the way it is. So the way I look at it, hey, look, way more people probably are accepting of the result than are against it, and that's the progress I'm looking at. You're never going to get 100%. Hey, maybe we're 85%.
Right.
And hey, you know what? That's better than when we were 30, 50, 60 years ago.
But you know what? I also think that some of the Indian community has had a problem with the backlash too.
So what do you think that backlash is? What has been the response on our end?
People have found this to be a very racist comment, I think, or comments that they've seen. And I think a lot of people have also felt that, okay, wait, as Indian Americans who live in this country, who contribute so much, it's all of a sudden like they're kind of neglected and looked upon as, wait, we can't have pageant winners. When in fact, if you look at former Miss Universes,
how many of them how many of them Indian, right?
Exactly.
Well, heck, Priyanka Chopra, right? I mean, she's the most
Aishwarya Rai. And Priyanka, for those of you who don't know, who was recently in the Disney movie Planes. And she's got a video out with Pitbull. So it's like, she's been making her way. Aishwarya Rai has been known as the most beautiful woman in the world. Mm-hmm. So I think the Indian community, they kind of were offended by some of the things, that people were saying, because it almost made it feel like, well, they really were a non-existent community.
Right, but we are existent. And
we're here.
Yes, we are. And speaking of Priyanka, I wanted to ask you off issue. We both had the pleasure of meeting her about a month ago.
Yes.
What was your take on her?
I think she's a very young, ambitious woman, and I think she's got a lot on her plate, first of all. And I think it's really interesting that she's making that transition from Bollywood into Hollywood and trying to make a change. The thing is, I think she's coming into a world where we already have so many different ethnic actors who are also trying to make a name for themselves and trying to get up there. And she made a comment about trying to beat out stereotypes, I think. And I personally think that's challenging, because there are already a lot of ethnic actors that are out there that are trying to do that. Mm-hmm. So I found that to be very interesting. But I think it's great what she's doing.
Well, it's interesting. Well, a little later in the show, we're going to talk about another Bollywood actress. We won't talk about this just yet, but it's about Deepika, who's probably right behind Priyanka in terms of just level of success within India. So we're going to get into...
And merging over into Hollywood.
Exactly. So we'll get into her little crossover shortly. But we do have a great show today. We'll also be talking about Breaking Bad in a bit.
Oh my gosh, yep.
What a show that's been. And also the Emmys are coming up soon. And there's a lot going on right now. I know it's fall. The fall movie season's coming up. It's a lot going on. Is there any movies you're looking forward to coming up soon?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, Gravity is coming out
in a couple weeks.
George Clooney and Sandra Bullock. I'd be interested in seeing how that goes over.
Yeah. I mean, I was looking into the details of that movie. It's only 90 minutes.
Yeah, that should be interesting. How they compile everything.
Yeah. But it was funny, because I remember way back in the early 90s when Pastor 57 came out, and that was like a 70-minute movie, and people were like, you got where the movie is. It was done by the time you walked in the theater.
Right.
And I wonder if that's going to happen.
So do you think that's going to happen with this movie?
That's what I'm wondering, because it's going to be they're going to pack so much into so little time. It's going to feel like it went by so quick.
Do you think that George Clooney and Sandra Bullock have still a huge following out there?
I think Sandra Bullock still does, because, I mean, she kind of reappeared on the scene with The Proposal. And so she still had that America's Sweetheart thing going. It never really ran away from her. Then she got the Oscar. So her relevance kind of came back. I think Clooney... I'm not quite sure where he stands with the below 25 audience.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
And which then begs the question of how will Gravity do? Because you may get people who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s
who will go see it for him.
Exactly.
Because he's got that certain charm and presence with them still.
Yeah. But, a big part of the demographic is the 14 to 25 end. And, how are they going to do? I don't know. I guess it remains to be seen, but...
We'll have to wait and see.
It is what it is.
What about Rush?
Rush. Actually, I'm gonna after the show's done, I'm gonna go watch it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you that? You sound like really gung ho to go see this.
Well, it's funny because I am gonna go to see it because I respect Ron Howard. He's an amazing.
awesome.
He's an amazing director, and the last auto racing movie, the last 3 auto racing movies I've seen in theaters, I've loved. The most recent one being a documentary by Asif Kapadia.
Oh.
He made a documentary on this guy named Senna, and it's one of 2 movies that made me cry at the end.
Wow.
It's just this amazing, dramatic narrative on this guy who died in
a race.
In a race. There's a totally like, and there's actually elements of that storyline that I'm expecting to see in Rush.
Interesting.
And so, just the character that Helmsworth that the main character plays, was had a flair for the dramatic. Was a bit of a playboy, and Senna, the real racer, had these same personality traits.
Interesting.
So, that kind of set the tone for me.
Okay.
So I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm going to ArcLight tonight. I got a sneak peek
look at
pass.
you.
So I'm excited. I am very excited. We got a commercial coming up soon.
All right.
But we also have our guest calling in, right?
Yeah, I'm so
So you are tuned in to TinselTown Talkies with PMO and Rush. We'll be talking to Tamina Sunny in about a minute. But in the meantime, we're going to break for commercial. Stick around. You are tuned into the Rant Radio Network, and we'll talk to you in a few minutes.
A home is the biggest investment in most people's lives. Buying or selling should be a positive experience.
Whether you want to be a wealthy real estate investor or just trying to find a place to call home. At AGR & Associates, we focus on the client's needs.
We understand the market better than most. Let us bring the value to you and make the right choice.
AGR & Associates, making your dream house a reality. Call us today for a free consultation at 562-882-1976. Or you can log on to www.agrrealtors.com.
With a track record of great results, bringing knowledge, wisdom, and expertise to you. Hablamos español.
Are you watching the game at home? Why? Come watch it at Mambo Grill, the hottest spot in Downey. You'll have good food, drinks, and a great time at a low price. We have the coldest beer in our sports bar, where you can enjoy the game on any of our huge flat screen TVs. And when your home team wins, you get 25% off anything in Mambo Grill. We're on Downey Avenue, 1 block north of Firestone, or visit us on the web. Mambo Grill, love at first bite.
Looking for a delicious, fresh family meal that's ready when you are and easy on your budget? Welcome to Piara Pizza. We make our pizzas with handmade dough, 100% real cheese, and tomato sauce blended with our own spices. Nothing is ever frozen. We always have large pepperoni and cheese pizzas fresh and waiting for you for only $5. Or choose one of our specialty pizzas. We have veggie, meat lovers, supreme, and Hawaiian. Add an order of our amazing hot wings, cheesy bread, or breadsticks. Our locations are ultra-modern, ultra-clean, and open 7 days a week. Visit any one of our locations today, or check us out on the web at www.piarapizza.com. Piara Pizza. Fresh, hot, and ready for you when you come in. Stop in for your Piara Pizza today.
Been in an accident? Then you need your vehicle professionally repaired. That's exactly what you get when you bring your vehicle to Greg's Auto Body Repair. Free quotes within minutes. We will provide everything you need for a hassle-free auto body repair, from an accurate estimate to working with your insurance company. We will get your vehicle to its pre-accident condition as soon as possible. Greg's Auto Body has been serving Los Angeles County and local cities since 1970. Call us at 562-789-1300.
And welcome back to the Rant Radio Network. This is TinselTown Talkies with Emo and Rasha. We're back online. Thanks for sticking around with us.
Yes, and we are excited. Joining us now is going to be Tamina Sunny, an actress here in Hollywood. You may have seen her on Perception, CSI New York, The Newsroom, Californication, and NCIS. So let's go straight to Tamina.
Hello.
Hi, Tamina. How are you?
Hello, Tamina.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
We're
Thank
doing
you for
great.
joining
thank you
us
for joining us in
today.
the studio today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So you've got you've got a lot of things going on right now. Tell us about some of the wonderful projects you're working on.
So much. I'm very excited by all the things that I love watching that I can be involved in. That's always that's really fun.
Well, before we get into some projects, actually, I was talking to Rasha before the show, and she's got something in common with you. Rasha, you want
Yes.
to talk about that?
I do. I was so excited, Tamina, when I read. So you used to play the viola?
The violin, and then I swapped over to the viola. Yeah.
I used to play the viola, and I cannot tell you how excited I was to see that because everybody always talks to people who play instruments about the violin or cello, and they'd be like, "What is the viola?" Did you ever have people saying that to you?
Well, I never really said I played the viola much because I would always kind of say violin. So they wouldn't even ask me what a viola was.
Oh, okay.
Because I just knew that it would be, what is that? And it's kind of like, well, it's like a violin, but, you know, it's on a different clef and it has like a different sound, but it's part of the same family, so we just saved all that.
Ah,
Nice.
I see.
Okay.
Well, that was smart then. But I mean, it's great because I hardly ever run into people that, that play that instrument. Now, do you still play the violin and piano?
I'm back on the piano. That's my fun thing to do. That's my hobby that I'm teaching myself again. And I'm actually looking to find a new violin teacher to be able to start studying with again when I get some time.
Do you think it's going to be hard to pop into that? Because I find it difficult, like after taking years of a break. Like, I don't know. I think it's hard to kind of jump back into with the strings.
Do you know what? It's funny you should say that because I sometimes pick my violin up and I'm like, ooh, how did I do this so well once upon a time? What's happened to my fingers? It's not moving
Exactly.
so fast. Come on, guys.
Well, you mean it's not like getting on a bicycle and you just can't relearn it again?
You think, right?
Yeah.
But like when you get on a bicycle again, you're not going to be that fast. So it's kind of like building all that strength up and building that confidence and kind of getting your fingers and everything to move like how they used to.
Right.
I agree.
Tamina, I wanted to ask you a quick question. Right before we transferred over to you, we were talking about the Miss America pageant and about how an Indian has won it. Do you have a take on the whole issue, just on the controversy that happened afterwards? Kind of what's your whole opinion of what happened?
Oh my God! This is like how naive I am. What was the controversy that happened? Oh,
Okay.
I don't even know.
Well, so an Indian American from New York had won Miss America.
Yeah,
And
beautiful girl. Saw
Yes, yes. And afterwards, people were pretty much said associated her with terrorist groups. They said this is Miss India, not Miss America, blah, blah, blah. It was pretty much people were not savvy of the fact that she was as American as any other person born here. So a lot of racial stuff came out and what have you. So that's pretty much what happened. It was a lot of people associating her with everything that was un-American. So I don't know if you heard.
Well,
any
you
of
know
that.
what I think about that? What a load of nonsense. I mean, she's beautiful, she's stunning, she's American. Isn't that kind of hello?
Yeah.
it's like America is full of people who moved here. So it's really that's kind of irrelevant if you ask me.
Totally true. Totally
agree.
true.
Well, now you yourself, you're from England, I understand.
Yes, hence the accent.
Yeah, it's a beautiful accent. How long have you been out here in the States, and how was that entire transition from England to Los Angeles?
I've been here almost 6 years, I would say, on and off. The transition's been difficult. England is it's just culturally, just the pacing of the place, just how it works, how it operates. Things like healthcare system in England, it's very different to how things are here. You know, it's a whole new learning curve and a lot of adjustments. So I'm not going to lie, it took me some time to be able to get used to living in the States. But now it's home, and I love it.
And you're doing great. You have a lot of things. I have to ask you, you have a background in artificial intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, tell me about that. How did you make the transition into entertainment?
After I finished, you guys would say high school. So after I finished high school and before I was going to decide what to study at college, I wanted to do something that was innovative and kind of new, and computers really, really, really was something that was a good thing to go into academically. I never pursued the arts, really. It was more of a hobby rather than something that would be a career. And so I was really interested in artificial intelligence and computer programming, and yep, I'm happy to say that I'm a real geek, and I'm proud of it.
Nice. We're talking to Tamina Sunny on the Rant Radio Network. This is TinselTown Talkies with Pimo and Rasha. We're going to take a quick break to listen to a quick song, Indian song, Rasha, right?
That's right.
And
It is.
so, go ahead. You want to introduce it?
It is Badtameez Dil. That's been a very popular song, with featuring Ranbir Kapoor.
Yes, and then so after the songs, then we'll come back with Tamina and we'll finish up with her, talk to her about some of the projects she's working on. So everybody hold tight and enjoy some Indian music, and then we'll have Tamina on the other side. So enjoy the song until then.
चिकनी चमेली देखी चिकना कमीना नीचे डर होके चीट किया तो सारे तारे बोले गिली गिली अखा मेरी बात तेरी बात ज्यादा बातें बुरी बात थाली में कंडोरा लेकर आलू भात मूड़ी भात मेरे भी जो किसी ने रिपीट किया तो साला मैंने तेरे मुंह पे मारा मुक्का तो साला मैंने तेरे मुंह पे मारा मुक्का अय्याशी के वन वे से खुद को मोड़ना जाने ना कंबल बेवजह ये शर्म का ओढ़ना जाने ना जिद पकड़ के खड़ा है कम वक्त छोड़ना जाने ना बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल माने ना बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल माने ना
You were listening to Badtameez Dil from the film Ye Jawani Hai Deewani. And again, you are listening to Rasha Goel and Pimo on TinselTown Talkies on RantRadioNetwork.com. And we have today with us...
with Miss Tamina Sunny. Welcome back, Tamina.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we're going to speak for another minute, and then we're going to go to a radio break. So I guess in the minute that we have you, what are you doing today?
What am I doing today? While I'm talking to you, I'm actually getting ready to go to a pre-Emmy party for LA Confidential magazine. I'm multitasking.
Nice. So, do you have any favorites in the Emmys this week? And any particular you're rooting for?
Do you know what? I've got to say, I was a huge fan of House of Cards, and I'm really, really pleased that was nominated for so many Emmys, because I just feel that it's revolutionized having such a superb series on Netflix, and just the way that it was just on a new medium and placed, and it's got so many Emmys that I think well done, and everything about it was great. So I'm a real supporter of that.
Nice. And I know you were watching some Breaking Bad, right? Are you caught up yet, or how far are you?
People, you can't push Breaking Bad on people just because you're a huge fan. You know what? I have to talk to you about your dress, but we're going to be having to take a quick break pretty soon. So we're going to come back and talk to Tamina Sunny. You're listening to Tinseltown Talkies.
Your attention. When it comes to tequila, two things matter: heart and passion. Never compromising integrity for mass production. Number One Tequila delivers the goods. Taste the heart and passion of Mexico in every bottle. We make it right. We make it fun. Superior tequila. There's only number one. There's only number one. There's only number one.
Two strikes, the pitch.
Make your team look like pros with custom lineup cards. Whether you're a travel team, rec team, all-star team, or just some old guys playing slow pitch, we can make your team look a little better with some custom lineup cards. For the umpire, for the opponent, for the scorekeeper, for the dugout, no matter where your lineup card goes, you will look like a big league team with your team logo and name on top of your personalized lineup card. Just visit CustomLineupCards.com. With the best prices in town, you are sure to hit a home run with us. Visit CustomLineupCards.com and go pro.
Nurses Life Express provides unique apparel for all the hardworking nurses that wear many hats. It is apparel that expresses nurses' amazing, humorous, and caring personalities. After all, nurses are as influential as their united goal to help others. Nursing's not easy, but somebody's got to do it. For more information, please call 562-270-4312 or visit their website at www.nurselife.com. www.nurselyfe.com. Nurseslife.com, where nurses' lives are expressed.
Number one. Number one.
Is that a stutter or as high as you can count?
I was ordering number one tequila.
Everybody's asking for number one.
Great, another fancy bottle.
These guys are true artists. Never compromise integrity. They make tequila
Come
the
on.
old-fashioned way. Never mass produced.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying have the number one. Anything less is number two.
Number one.
Number one, tequila.
Welcome back to Tinseltown Talkies. We are online. We are listening and talking to Tamina Sunny, an actress here in Hollywood.
Yeah, wonderful actress indeed. And Tamina, welcome back. we want to talk to you about some film projects you're working on, and I know you've done stuff with some amazing actors, be it Ben Affleck or
Kevin Bacon, Clive Owen.
even all over the place.
Got a great
right?
list.
So
Pimo wants to secretly be on that list.
Yeah.
So
I wake up and I go, wow, have I really worked with them? Is this a dream or is this real? So
well, it's very real because I know I'm not dreaming, and it's so I could vouch that it's being very real. What are you working on now that you can talk about? I mean, I know we do some TV stuff, some film stuff. What's going on right now with what you're working on?
I'm in the middle of filming with Kevin Bacon on The Following, and that will start airing in mid-January 2014. So that's really exciting.
So how is it like working with Kevin Bacon? Does he ever dance like Footloose or something when you talk to him? I mean,
hey, you wish, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine how many times people have asked him to do that?
Well, that was his great breakthrough role,
That's
right?
true. It's like I'm sure he's moved beyond that now after so many years.
Well, he's a great actor. I mean, he's had so many, you know.
He really is a great actor, and I just love working with amazing actors because I learn so much from them. And Kevin is just a great person to work with. It makes you feel at ease and relaxed, and wow.
Yeah. So before I hand it off to Rasha for one more question, I just have to ask: what is, if you had a dream role you wish would be available to you right now, what would that role be?
Oh wow. Do you know what I'd love to do? I'd love to be in an action film, or I'd love to be the next Bond girl. That's what I'd love to do, to be the next Bond girl. Yeah.
Okay.
I could see you doing that to me now. I mean, I love your photographs. You're absolutely gorgeous.
I think one of us needs to put in a call to Eon Productions and say, "Hey, we have your next Bond girl."
Yeah,
We've got your next Bond girl.
And now you can tell me, Paramount, but I don't think they've had an Indian Bond girl before.
They have not.
They actually have not, Tamina. I think they had in the years past they've had people that they've been in talks with. I mean, I think at one point I heard Aishwarya Rai was even up in the running.
They were hinting at
but they have not had an Indian actress.
So Tamina, if you pull it off, you would literally be making history.
You'd be the first.
It is one of my dreams, and I wanted that since I was a kid, and I never even knew I'd ever be an actress. So that would be quite ironic.
Well,
Tamina, are you stressed about what you have to wear tonight? I mean, it is a pre-Emmy party, but you know, it's a night of glitz and glamour.
Do I stress about clothes? No.
No.
I don't stress about clothes. I have I have my own style, and as long as I'm comfy in what I'm wearing, I've always thought it's more important that you wear the outfit, not the outfit wear you. So don't get me wrong, I've tried 2 different outfits and I just didn't feel comfortable, and now I'm wearing something that I'm like, okay, this is great, this works.
Well, you'll have to tweet that out to us. Well, what's your Twitter?
It's just my name. It's Tamina Sunny.
Okay, so at Tamina Sunny, we'll have to check out what you're wearing. And I have to ask you something, Tamina. So, you know, in Argo, when you have a role, as you did in Argo, when you go in for the audition, what are you required to do at the audition?
Majority of auditions start on the same process where they send you material and you learn the material and you make some interesting choices, how you feel it should be interpreted, and you go into the audition room and you just play. That's the only thing I can say, is that you have fun and you play and you create that life that's on the pages that were sent to you. And if they like it, you got a job.
And you did get the job.
I did. It was amazing. I loved working with Ben Affleck. What a super trooper.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Tamina. Have fun tonight at the Emmy party, at the pre-Emmy party. We wish we could be there with you, of course.
Absolutely.
I will send you some pictures.
Please do, and we wish you the best of luck, and we do look forward to your upcoming work.
Thank you so much. Take care. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you.
And bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was Tamina Sunny. She was chatting with us.
She is so adorable.
Isn't she, though? Why do you think we had her on?
Well, female. I mean, I really, it was, the accent.
Yeah. What did I tell you, right? I told you.
I love to talk like that. I think I should go into a dialect class and figure out how to do that.
Figure out how to do a British accent.
Yes.
You know, it's funny. My sister also, she's infatuated with British accents, and she's trying to raise her daughter to do the same. So.
I mean, how can you not be when you see a man talking in an English accent? Whew.
Yeah. Well, I can say the same for women too, so it works both ways.
Yeah,
it works both ways.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
So that was a great interview. I do want to switch gears. I hinted at this when we were talking about our first topic. Deepika Padukone.
Yes.
She had walked away from Fast and Furious 7.
Okay, so Deepika Padukone, for people who may not know, she is a huge Bollywood star. She started her career in 2007 against one of Bollywood's biggest stars, Shah Rukh Khan, with a film called Om Shanti Home. Immediately became a success. And it's interesting that she actually, I don't know if you know this, Pimo, but she, along with other Bollywood stars, auditioned for Fast and Furious 7. Gangana Ranaut was another one. Chitragana was up there too. And she actually got cast. But do you know why she's walking out from
I
this?
do not know why.
Well, so here is the inside
Here's the
scoop.
scoop.
Apparently, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I don't know. I kind of wish she was doing it. It'd be great to see her in Hollywood, but she's got a clash of dates. So she's got other films she's working on. I think she's doing the publicity for Ram Leela. She's actually working on another film called Happy New Year. I don't know where they come up with these titles, but with Shah Rukh Khan.
That's a Bollywood film, right?
That's a Bollywood
Yeah, okay.
film. It's called Happy New Year, so she's going to be shooting that, and I believe the dates clash for Fast and
So
Furious 7.
do you think she's walking away from an opportunity, or do you think it's a good call on her part?
Let me tell you, honey. I saw Fast and Furious 6. I recently went to Italy, my friends, and I was catching up on all these movies. That movie is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It is off the hook. And if I got asked to be in that film, I wouldn't walk away. So I kind of think so because, I mean, I don't know her role, though. So I don't know how many. I mean, she may have had a 2-minute line, so maybe that's not, in comparison to her big Bollywood stuff that she has with Shah Rukh Khan, where she's already established.
And the question is if that were the case, is it an opportunity?
It's an opportunity, yeah.
Right, and so that, but at the same time, it's like the way the Fast franchise kind of is taken off. I mean,
how do you think it's gonna do?
Well, they're doing the third trilogy. It's gonna be 7, 8, 9. So there's gonna be a Fast 9. I can't think of another franchise that's had 9 films other than James Bond.
No, yeah, exactly.
Other than James Bond, which is at 23.
Yeah, and I'd still love to watch James Bond. I don't think one can ever get tired of James Bond.
Okay, so then I have to ask you, since we're switching to James Bond.
Yes.
James Bond or Jason Bourne? Which one would you take of the two? Because that's a big debate right now.
Oh, that's a tough question. You know what? I love my Bond.
Yes,
I'm
thank
gonna
you.
have to
I gotta give you a high
say
five on
James
that.
Bond, my friend. James Bond.
I mean, how do you? James Bond is just he's an icon, and I mean I get the politics of the world has changed, so his character's changed accordingly.
Right.
But it's James Bond. He's suave. He's slick. He gets everything.
I don't know. I think Bond is Bond, and some of them haven't been so great in the past, of course.
Yeah.
But I think there's always that certain appeal. But Pimo, we know, for those of you who don't know Pimo, and you're getting to know both of us now, this man is obsessed, as many of you must be, with Breaking Bad
Yes, I am.
and good old Walter. So now Breaking Bad is up for some Emmy nominations.
It's up for I haven't checked all the nominations. It's obvious that the guy who plays Walter White, Bryan Cranston, he'll be up for Best Actor.
Absolutely. Oh, he's amazing.
He's already won 3 Emmys for Best Actor.
I'm not surprised.
And if he doesn't win this one, actually the one that people are probably more invested in is Aaron Paul, who plays Jesse. His performance this season.
He's just grown.
He's grown phenomenally.
Fabulous.
And it's funny when you meet him in person, he's the exact opposite of what his character is on TV.
Yeah.
He plays a meth head or druggie on the show. In real life, he's the son of a pastor. He's
really? I didn't even know that.
He's well mannered. It's like this was on YouTube, that a tour bus, tour bus go through all the C-stars homes.
Right.
They stopped in front of his house. Homie comes down from his house and hangs out with the tourists on the bus. And this is
But I think that's what makes these people, these actors, so humble and so wonderful.
Yeah.
It's like then you can feel like you can relate to them.
Yeah.
But Breaking Bad is receiving a lot of different comments on the internet from what I read. I mean, some people think it's going to end with a bang, it's going to be great, and some people are already starting to criticize the last couple of episodes. What do you think?
Well, I'm reserving judgment on the criticism because Aaron Paul actually tweeted out today, like an hour before I got here, that if you thought the last episode was heart-wrenching, the next two are a whole different level. So I'm expecting to be in just heartbroken by the time the last comes on. And for me, I don't mind that, but I know there's going to be something. I mean, just talking to some friends of mine.
So are there going to be some tears and stuff? Like, do you have to bring tissues over to your house?
Probably. And some people are okay with it. I'm okay with that. Other people, it's like, how can you control their emotions that way, you know? And that's kind of where the show is at now. Everybody's watching it.
Well, Pimo, I'm going to cut you off because people who don't watch Breaking Bad, one-liner, what's it about?
It's about a guy who means well to save his family with some money after he would pass away from cancer, and things go wrong.
But he's making that money in a different way.
Yes,
Not the conventional way.
Not the conventional way, yes. But it is now the debate now is, and I know there's been a big debate of whether it's the greatest show ever, and.
From what I've read, I mean, Breaking Bad has received some unbelievable
compliments.
It has been. It's going to go
there.
down in history as one of the best.
Yeah,
shows,
and I know it's up there with The Wire and Mad Men. I mean, those shows are worthy competitors. And here's a debate I was having with a friend of mine who you know. I was trying to make the analogy that Vince Gilligan, the creator of Breaking Bad,
he did X-Files.
He also did X-Files, yes. That with this show, he is now on the foot where he stands in television. Just by analogy, is equal to where Christopher Nolan was in film after The Dark Knight.
Oh, you're absolutely
and
right.
So, and I'm not comparing Breaking Bad to Batman. They're two very different, programs.
No, absolutely. But I mean, you're looking at film world and television world. It's almost like he's a television mogul as far as creativity goes.
Just how Christopher Nolan was in film post Dark Knight.
Right.
I mean, that was and one of my friends didn't agree with me. He thought the better analogy would have been Alan Sorkin or Mr. Sorkin.
Yeah, I think Alan's had his
Aaron.
I'm sorry, Aaron.
Yeah.
I think Aaron's had his time and a lot of great productions too. But I think Breaking Bad has just really taken everybody by storm.
Yeah,
that it's really sinking in. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about Breaking Bad, but a lot of other things happening with films in Hollywood and Bollywood in just a few minutes. You are listening to Tinseltown Talkies.
Stay tuned.
The experts know that for pastry, Baker's Bodega has it all. Exclusive brands like Westco Bankmark, Satin Ice, and Pastry Pride. One-on-one day seminars for cake decorating and gelatin art. So for our service, wide range of ingredients and supplies, and for the low prices, Baker's Bodega has it all. But you don't need to be an expert. Baker's Bodega, 7869 Paramount Boulevard in Pico Rivera. Come, we're waiting for you.
Building a custom home or business is a huge deal. For some, it's the largest project they'll take on in a lifetime. Choosing your team may be the most important part of ensuring a successful building project. Starting a project by working closely with Core Design will create what's just right for your lifestyle and your property. But selecting the right builder is perhaps the most important part of creating the team. At Core Design's customer service, quality craftsmanship, and integrity are the keys to our company philosophy. Your custom construction dreams are just a phone call away. Core Design at 213-453-1609. Once again, that number is 213-453-1609.
Hey, bro, this is a good game. You know what would make it better?
What, bro?
A michelada.
A michelada? What's a michelada?
A michelada is somewhere in the middle of a Mexican Bloody Mary and a Mexican margarita.
Oh, I got you covered, bro.
You got a cup in your pocket?
No, sir. I got my pocket-sized michelada. Mucho macho michelada.
Pocket size?
Pocket size, so you can take it with you anywhere you go.
Where'd you get that at?
At the nearest convenience store, and you can also buy it at muchomachomichelada.com.
You know what will make it better? After we get drunk, if they had a line we could call.
We can call their drunk line. You can leave a message and then log on to the site and listen to your stupidity afterwards.
What's that number?
It's 855-MICHE-69.
What's that number again?
855-MICHE-69.
Awesome. Mucho macho michelada.
The Share Foundation is the health division of the Coy Chiropractic Institute, a 501c3 509A2 public nonprofit organization dedicated to the growth and development of the natural healthcare services, in particular through the chiropractic profession, offering health services at the Share clinics in the greater Los Angeles area. Your donations can help in expanding these facilities across the nation, research programs, and public education, thus offering a solution to the many of the health challenges we face. Your donations are tax deductible and can be sent through our website at www.sharefoundation.com. That's www.cherfoundation.com by clicking on the donation button. Thank you.
And welcome back to TinselTown Talkies. We're on the Rant Radio Network. We're with Pimo and Rasha on this beautiful Thursday evening. I do want to thank Tamina Sunny for calling in and chatting with us. We did want to wrap up a quick topic, which we're talking about real quick. And
Breaking Bad. I mean, the Emmys are coming up. We're going to see, how they do there. But before, as we wrap this up, I have to ask you, Walter could be a lovable or hateable character. Who's on the main character of Breaking Bad. What do you feel about him, Pimo, since you're such an avid fan?
I think, he's set up as a protagonist because if you watch, and it's weird because you watch a show, there's so many, everybody's got their flaws. And so it's almost like you have to pick the lesser of two evils.
Right.
Because everybody has something you could be like, I don't like the way that guy's doing. It's like his whole intent to begin with is he just wanted to support his family. And it's, once you
But look what happened.
And that's the irony of it. It's like, where do you draw the line? It's like he's doing this with good intentions, but what's the fallout?
Yeah.
And
it's like that give and take,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That fine balance.
And so it's interesting. People are saying that this is really a reflection of who we are as a society, of where do we draw our line for ourselves?
Absolutely. Makes you think about things.
Exactly.
Makes you think. Well, I'm excited to see the next couple of episodes and, of course, the Emmys this weekend. Yes. So, we'll see how it does.
Yes.
But we're going to go into this little quick fire session.
Yes.
So what we do in this session is Pimo and I come up with a couple of little topics, and we have to say one line after we repeat a sentence. So we'll, Pimo, you ask me first. And
so I'll throw out the first line, and the first that comes to your mind. And Jack Nicholson just announced that he is retiring from acting.
That's sad. He's a talented actor.
See, my first line would have been, my first response would have been like, I can't handle the truth.
All right. How about for you? The Lakers are unveiling black, purple, and gold Hollywood Knights jersey.
Yeah, the NBA's became a sellout league. They don't do their traditional stuff anymore. Now it's all marketing now. It's all it is now.
I don't know. I'm not feeling the black. Do you really think? I mean,
have you
purple
seen it?
And gold was great. No, I haven't seen it. I read about it too.
It doesn't look good.
No, I can't imagine it looking good. I mean, what's up with that? Okay, that's not happening.
All right. How about this? Today, of all days, is the 90th birthday of the Hollywood sign.
Hollywood, where dreams come true and everybody wants to be a star.
Yes, including us.
We are the stars of TinselTown Talkies. Liam Hemsworth breaks up with Miley Cyrus. Breaks off the engagement.
I guess she wasn't twerking it for him.
Ooh, not twerking enough.
Yes, exactly. Rasha, if you've ever been to New York, you may or may not know that.
I have been to New York.
Have you been to Rouse, the famous Italian restaurant, which you can never get into?
That's why I haven't been, Pimo, because I couldn't get into it.
Well, they're opening a branch in here in LA, so
seriously,
they can get in.
We better get in.
Yeah.
We should be the first ones up in there.
Hey,
all right?
We'll have to do a food review.
That's what I'm saying. All right, that's our quick fire. Every week we'll be bringing to you some other quick fire, fun little tidbits, and eventually we'll hopefully get you guys involved with that as well.
Yes, indeed. So let's switch gears real quick to the Oscars. I know we're in Emmy season, but
man, you're jumping the gun.
I know, but there's been a lot of talk of Dubba doing well at the Oscars.
Yes, and if you don't know what Dubba is, it means lunchbox in Hindi, and it's actually a Bollywood film. I don't want to really say it's a pure Bollywood because I feel like it's kind of an independent film, but it features Irfan Khan, and as you can see on our screen here, and Irfan is a very talented actor. You probably recognize him from Life of Pi. He was in Slumdog Millionaire, Spider-Man. I mean, he's done some great work and made his name here in Hollywood. And Dubba is actually this concept of packing food. It's basically a lunchbox. So what they do is you order food, and it's of course Indian food in India, and you get these lunchboxes delivered to you, and you don't have to cook, and it's a fantastic idea.
Mm-hmm. And it's weird because, you know, as much talk has been going around Indian cinema in the world, and Bollywood's been getting attention, only 3 Indian films have ever been nominated for an Oscar for Best International Film. The most recent one being a Lagan, which was 12 years ago.
It's been a while, actually.
It has. I mean, and none of them have actually won. All 3 that have been nominated, none have won.
Right.
Mother India in 57, Slum Bombay in 88, and then Lagan in 01. All 3 were nominated, none of them won. The talk around the town is that in the 2014 Oscars, this actually win. Be the first Indian film to pull it off.
I mean, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So do we know if it's the official Oscar entry? Has it already been claimed?
No, it has not been claimed yet.
It's being entered by India.
It's probably going to be entered. They haven't even announced that it's going to be the
that's
attempt.
so interesting.
Yeah. But the talk of the town, if you read Twitter, and the film doesn't actually release till tomorrow. I mean,
I know.
We're still a day away from it to release.
Exactly.
And there's already talk of it being the official nomination of India. And to your point of it not being Bollywood, it's actually a cross production. They've actually pulled in production companies from other countries.
Oh, have they? Now, they have screened at the Cannes Film Festival,
yes,
right?
They have.
They have there, and I believe they won the Critics' Week Voices award over there, so which is good, and they have been screening at other festivals. But like you mentioned, it does open tomorrow. I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
Should we go see it?
Let's go watch this weekend.
Maybe, and then maybe we can ask someone to make a dub up for us.
or maybe we can make a dub up for our friends listening to us.
Oh, that's a good one.
You know?
Friends, if you're listening out there are actually Indian women in Los Angeles who do make these packed boxes, dabbas and stuff. So it'll be, now we didn't even talk about the film, but basically dabba is about this box that gets delivered to the wrong place and creates this romantic love story between 2 people.
Yeah, how
That's kind of cute.
Well, okay.
Kind of. We fall in love over opening up
guy.
a food. Yeah. Yeah, you're not very romantic, Pimo, are
I'm
you?
sorry. Well, now
We'll have to
not.
talk about your romantic life on another show, because this is my first show and we don't want to do that.
All right, yeah.
But you know, I'm excited. I love award season. You've got the Emmys, the Oscars, the Golden Globes. I think it's just so much fun to see, you know, all the actors come out and just all the dresses and just the hoopla of it.
So you've been to award shows in the past.
I have.
What's been your most memorable experience?
My memorable experience. Wow, that's a good one. You want to hear it?
Yes.
This is kind of a silly one. Well, I was on the Oscars red carpet, and I had this gown on that had like a little trail. Let me tell you, I was so worried about just even walking over with my mic, and somebody at one point did step on my dress with their heel. I got so lucky I didn't trip or there wasn't a hole in there. But that was one of my memorable experiences. Because can you imagine you're about to go on and talk to someone and you're walking over and you just kind of fall over.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not fun on a red carpet.
No, not fun at all. But I'm glad it didn't happen.
I'm so glad you. That's
Yeah.
that's a fun blooper that didn't happen.
I'm gonna ask my own question to myself here.
Oh.
I'm gonna ask myself what I just asked you.
Okay.
But I've never been to an award
Let
season.
me ask you, Pimo.
What are you gonna ask
Yeah.
me?
Let me ask you. So, what's been your most memorable moment
I was
on
gonna
the
ask you-
red
I was
carpet?
I have not had a memorable red carpet experience. I had one odd one. It isn't memorable, but I was at the Indian Film Festival one year, and I was interviewing people on the carpet, and I had a guy who knew me, and he was volunteering at the festival. He walks up to me at the end of the thing, and he walks up to me and says, "Gee, Parimal, you really know what you're doing. I thought you just hang out with hot women all day." And I'm like, okay, I didn't know what to make of that. I'm like,
That's kind of random.
yeah. And it's like, okay, I do.
I wouldn't know how to answer that.
I didn't answer. I just kind of rubbed my head.
You
and
should have
walked
said, who
away.
you calling hot?
But I did want to bring a very memorable story.
Yes.
And this is actually tied to Breaking Bad again.
Oh my God,
And no,
obsession.
Wait till you hear the story. I'm obsessed because of this story.
Okay.
Because when this story happened, I hadn't watched an episode yet.
All right.
So I flew out to New Mexico where they filmed the show, and I'm at the Sony lot, standing next door, or right outside where Saul's the lawyer's office, and they're starting the film episode season 3. So the third season hasn't come out yet, and I'm talking to Bryan Cranston, and we're doing a video interview with the red light on. I decide I'm going to be the slick guy and just ask this off-the-wall question to kind of catch him off guard.
What did you ask?
So I said, hey, Brian, so you've done this show for 2.5 seasons now. You've surely learned how to make some crystal meth, right? So after we're done talking tonight, would you like to do a cook for me?
Wow.
Right? And I thought he was going to
takes some guts.
Yeah, so I thought he was going to totally be like, in character, shaved head, goatee and all, right? He says, well, Perimo, I actually have learned. So I actually have a secret lab underneath the studio. Why don't you come with me? You could replace Aaron Paul because he's not here today. So you'll be my assistant today, and we'll have some crystal meth today.
That's nice.
And he starts going off for 10 minutes about this. While we're recording. He's on air.
That's awesome.
So that moment alone convinced me to watch Breaking Bad, and I've never turned away since.
And you're still a devoted fan, and you're
Yes.
just talking about it.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Hey, how do you not turn away from that? Come on. Bryan Cranston being Bryan Cranston.
He's one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's deserving of it.
He definitely is. He
Yes.
definitely is. Anything else happening in the Bollywood news? I mean, we have a new Bollywood song coming out from a movie called Boss.
Yes.
It's
And I
with-
love this Honey Singh. Yo Honey Singh.
Yeah, that's an interesting name. I
Yeah.
didn't really know what to make of it. Like, you got the yo-yo, and you got Honey, and you got Sing. I'm like, where are you really from? But he's done really well.
He has.
He's this Indian music rapper who's based in the UK,
Mhm.
and he's done very well in the UK market. Has made his way into Bollywood, and it's Boss, I think, is the
Yeah.
movie that he's coming out with Akshay Kumar.
Now he's got a rival.
Who's his rival?
It's kind of a Tupac Biggie thing going on. His name is
Ooh.
Bohemia. He considers himself the Punjabi rapper. That's his nickname, the Punjabi rapper. He's based out of Fremont, Oakland, or just outside Oakland. And
Wow.
Bohemia and Honey Singh go at it.
Really?
They go at it.
Well, we have to get some of Bohemia's music in here.
Yes,
right?
yes. I'll bring that sometime next week maybe. He's
Wow.
just crazy.
I
They just
haven't
go at
even-
it.
Oh, interesting.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Well, Honey Singh has been doing some interesting music,
Yes,
actually, because I think he's been trying to compile a lot of the Western beats,
Mhm.
hip hop beats with Indian music.
Yep.
So I think the
He's-
song that we're going to play, it's when we come back after break, is going to be really interesting because it's got English lyrics in
He's a
it.
trendsetter.
You know what? I think you got to be these days.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I think,
Yep.
and he's so lucky because he's actually got a big Bollywood star, Akshay Kumar, who enjoys his work and who gets him out there and who does a lot of work with him. So I don't think it hurts to have a star backing behind
And since we're
you.
talking about Indian music, not this weekend, but next weekend, Shreya Ghoshal, who's the big Bollywood playback singer, she's in Long Beach.
Oh, really?
So she's in town in about 8-9 days from now.
Okay.
So she's performing at the Long Beach Arts Center.
At the Long
Yeah.
Beach Performing
Arts
Center.
Mhm.
Performing Arts Center.
Yep.
Okay,
So
that'll
that's
be a
September
live
28th.
concert,
That'll be
right?
a live concert, Shreya Ghoshal. So if anybody listening is into Bollywood and they want to check out some Bollywood music
And she's
live,
got some great songs. It's been
Mhm.
really nice to see her because she was actually a reality show competition winner
mhm.
who has now gone on
Yeah.
and become this huge mega Bollywood singer.
and then also, we talked about Dubba coming out this weekend. Also coming out this weekend is I'm going to watch tonight.
Rush.
Looking for Chris Hemsworth. Should be a good movie. I mean, auto racing, can't go wrong with that.
No.
And we got some movies coming out next week, right?
Yeah, there's Don John.
Mm-hmm.
Who's in there?
JGL. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Levitt. I gotta say Levitt. I was gonna say Levitt.
What about Runner?
I'm actually dying to watch that movie.
I don't know. I
Well,
don't know about that one.
I'm a big poker guy. I'm a big poker guy. I love poker.
Okay, yeah, see, I'm not into poker.
So and look on Ben Affleck. I mean, he's first major film since Argo.
Right.
Kind of curious to see what his bounce back
Well,
is.
there's always a lot going on in this Tinseltown, but we've got to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Tinseltown Talkies.
I know there's something out there that's bothering you. You want to let people know about it. Just give us a call.
If what's bothering you is Mikey's accent, give us a call too.
That's right. I'll teach you how to speak Puerto Rican.
Do you know how to speak Puerto Rican?
Yo creo que sí.
Yo creo que no.
Again, 855-693-4897, Rant Radio Network.
Do we have your attention? When it comes to tequila, two things matter: heart and passion. Never compromising integrity for mass production. Number one tequila delivers the goods. Taste the heart and passion of Mexico in every bottle. We make it right. We make it fun. Superior tequila. There's only number one. There's only number one. There's only number one.
Guys, welcome back to Tinseltown Talkies, only on RantRadioNetwork.com. We have a lot of exciting shows. You know, I'm going to take you guys straight into our song. It's called Party All Night by Honey Singh.
ਅੱਜ ਬੋਤਲਾਂ ਖੁੱਲਣ ਦੋ दारू ਸ਼ਾਰੂ ਡੁੱਲਣ ਦੋ ਵਿਸਕੀ ਦਾ ਪੈਗ ਲਗਾ ਕੇ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਭੁੱਲਣ ਦੋ ਪਾਰਟੀ all night party all night party all night we do party all night सुन लो सारी दुनिया वालों जितना भी तुम जोर लगा लो करेंगे party सारी रात कान में दम में तो बंद करवा लो party all night party all night party all night we do party all night सुन लो सारी दुनिया वालों जितना भी तुम जोर लगा लो करेंगे party सारी रात कान में दम में तो बंद करवा लो आज बोतला खुल्लन दो दारू शारू डुल्लन दो विस्की दा पैक लगा के सारी दुनिया भुल्लन दो बजाते रहो सबकी बजाते रहो सबकी बजाते रहो सबकी बजाते रहो party all night party all night party all night we do party all night party all night
And that was a little taste of Yo-Yo Honey Singh.
Party All Night.
Party All Night from the film Boss.
We're always
And,
ready to party all night here in
well,
Los Angeles.
I wish we could party here in studio, but unfortunately, we got to get out of the studio in a bit. Thank you everybody for tuning into us this week. This was our first show together here on TinselTown Talkies, and it was a great time to having the opportunity to share some fun topics and to bring in our guests. I know Rosh and I had a great time.
Absolutely.
And we'll be here next week. So don't forget to tune in.
We have a lot of exciting things planned. Actually, you want to tell me about this movie that's coming out too?
Oh, yes. We met a guy here in the studio before we got on air. Was here to promote his, looks like a movie named Cleaver's Destiny. And the tagline says they finally found each other, but their search has just begun. So speaking of romance, that sounds like another romantic
And that's
topic.
coming out next Friday.
Yes. So Cleaver's Destiny. So check it out. Look it up online. And definitely, if you get a chance to watch it, we'd recommend it. So let's switch over to where you could find us.
You can find us on RantRadioNetwork.com. And also you can follow us on Twitter at Parimal Rohit or at Rasha Goel. And, every week we're going to be bringing you new and exciting news from the Hollywood world, from the Bollywood world, and just talk about all types of different things. And we'll even have chances for you guys to call in and share with us your thoughts and what you're searching out there.
Indeed. It's going to be a party every week here. So don't forget to tune in every Thursday night, 6:30 to 7:30. And this is the Tinseltown Talkies with Pimo and Rasha.
And it's on RantRadioNetwork.com. And before I go, so what's been your favorite part about doing all this?
Just hanging out with you.
That, my friend, was a very smart answer. That was a really, really good answer.
Hey, come on. We want to see that together. We're both smart, right?
That's right. We're Bruins. We are fellow Bruins. But,
that's our
and that's our cue. Thank you. We'll see you next week.